Hello and welcome to Wheels Up! I'm Athena and I'll be your host today. I'm so excited to take you on an amazing journey brought to you by the Sunrise Association, Sunrise Studios, and our friends at American Airlines. While we're on our adventure, see if you can spot Wings, our special airplane friend, in 3 different places. After our adventure, please join us for some super fun games and crafts. Are you ready? Fasten your seatbelts and let's go on an adventure! Here to kick us off is a special representative from American Airlines.
Welcome passengers. I'm American Airlines Premium Guest Services Representative, Michelle Creporte. Welcome on board our very special flight today with service from the Sunrise Association and American Airlines. Are you ready for a fantastic adventure? Buckle up, sit back, relax, and enjoy the flight.
Hey there, Wheels Up Whizzies! Are you ready to get inventive? To imagine big, beautiful, and strange creations? Well, put on your thinking caps and bust out the building plans, because today we're taking a world tour of breathtaking buildings, stupendous structures, and incredible construction. That's right, this week we're exploring amazing architecture. Before we board our flight though, I have a question. What exactly is architecture? Well, the answer can be a little tricky, but basically, architecture is when a building is built with creativity and a sense of artistic flair. Let's look at an example. Imagine you need a new place to live. The simplest solution would be to just build a basic box. It's easy, it gives you 4 walls and a roof, and we could just sorta jam all your favorite stuff in there. Except, wait a second, we want our house to look nice. Maybe we should add some cool arches to the roof or a lookout tower. Oh, and how about we add some of those fancy columns out front and big beautiful windows to let lots of sunshine in. Oh, and maybe the toilet shouldn't be in the kitchen? Let's go ahead and fix this up a little. We'll put a kitchen here, move the living room there, and perfect. Just like that, we've taken an ordinary structure, like that simple box we started with, and made it into a beautiful work of architecture. You see, architecture is when we take an ordinary structure and make it a work of art. It shows us that somebody really thought about a building and tried to design something extra special. And architecture is all around us. In fact, I bet the building you're in right this moment is a work of architecture. Let's explore some cool and crazy works of architecture and board our American Airlines flight. It's waiting to take us to Paris, France. Bonjour! Welcome! Paris is home to some of the most famous structures on the planet. There's Notre Dame. Over here's the Louvre. And look, it's the Eiffel Tower! Très magnifique! That means very beautiful in French. But the real reason we've flown to France isn't any of these familiar sights. We're here for an architectural achievement like no other. A treat not just for our eyes, but for our ears as well. It's the Philharmonie de Paris, the Paris Philharmonic. A philharmonic is a place where music lovers come to listen to orchestras and symphonies. And even though classical music is the most popular, fun fact number 1, the Philharmonie also hosts jazz concerts, rock shows, hip-hop, and more. This awesome structure was completed only a few years ago, but it's already a Parisian favorite. Its exterior is built of strange, spiraling aluminum and is decorated with thousands of interlocking mosaic birds. But it's what's inside that is super spectacular. Look at all those weird wavy shapes! These funky curves and smooth cloud-like objects not only look amazing, but they also enhance the room's acoustics, which means they change the way sound bounces around in here. The result? No matter where you sit, it's like you're front and center with the entire orchestra playing just for you. I could listen to that all day. Clearly, architecture can be used to create all sorts of structures and to solve all sorts of problems. It can be abstract and astounding, like the Sydney Opera House in Australia, or the Gherkin in England. It can be familiar and funny, like this robot-shaped building, or this big fish. Or it can be something even stranger and make you tilt your head, like looking at this crooked house in Poland, or the dancing house in Prague. Fun fact number 2. There's even an entire upside-down museum in Orlando, Florida. That's so silly. Not only is the architectural world full of modern marvels, it's also a time-honored tradition dating back tens of thousands of years. Long, long, long before there were skyscrapers, back when our ancestors first moved out of their caves, humans began building structures like mammoth-boned houses and even whole neighborhoods of stone. It wasn't long at all before we started constructing massive masterpieces like the ziggurats of South America or the pyramids of Giza in Egypt. Across all of the ancient world, though, there were no architectural wonders greater than the lost desert city of Rakhmu. Let's catch our next American Airlines flight to the country of Jordan to find out more. Surrounded by winding canyons and carved into the red sandstone itself, Rakhmu, better known today as Petra, was an ancient metropolis, a crossroads of culture where desert caravans came together to trade their exotic wares. I can still imagine how sweet the air must have smelled with the rich incense of Arabia, the spices of India, and all of it adorned with soft silk fabrics carried all the way from China. Petra was more than one big building. It included dozens of structures, many of which still stand today, and shows us the care and artistry of those ancient architects who designed the city's temples, its public pools, and thriving gardens. Not to mention hundreds of cozy houses. Fun fact number 3. There was even a theater here where ancient poets and actors took to the stage. Talk about a blast from the past. Can I move in? The story of architecture is clearly an old one, but guess what? It's also still being written. Even while you're watching this right now, architects around the world are dreaming up amazing new structures for the future. Want a sneak peek? Let's catch our next American Airlines flight to Barcelona, Spain. It may seem like something from out of this world or under the sea, but this alien-looking structure is actually right here in the middle of beautiful Barcelona. This is the Sagrada Familia, the creme de la creme, the crowning masterpiece of legendary architect Antonio Gaudí. He dreamt up a temple unlike any other, something so ambitious, so magnificent, so utterly awesome that it would take more than one lifetime to build. And that's no exaggeration, because fun fact number 4, Gaudí began building the Sagrada Familia over 140 years ago, and it's still under construction today. Can you believe it? Fortunately, the construction is very nearly done, and visitors are now welcome to come inside and witness a fantastic, futuristic work of architecture. The outside sure is strange. It almost looks like a sandcastle, and there are still cranes hovering overhead where construction crews are hard at work. But as for the inside, well, see for yourself. Once we walk in, we step into a towering chamber filled with rainbow light, which shines through the elaborate stained glass windows, cascading color all across these carved columns and vaulted ceilings.
Wow!
In just 2 more years, after over a century, Barcelonians and art lovers from all over the world will be gathering in Spain to celebrate the Sagrada Familia's completion. I wish I could go to the party. I want to see all that amazing architecture for myself. Even if we can't make it to Spain, this is just one of the many incredible architectural creations our future holds. Because, fun fact number 5, there are hundreds of plans to continue building incredible buildings. Plans are underway to build skyscrapers covered in forests, long stretching cities spanning across the desert, and even spiraling megastructures beneath the sea. Who knows? Maybe someday you could create your own astounding work of architecture. But for right now, it's time to board our American Airlines flight back for trivia, crafts, and games. See you next time, Wheels Up artists, and remember, if you can dream it, you can build it.
Wow, that was an incredible adventure. We discovered so much. Did you spot Wings the airplane? Great job. I think it's time for another game now. Come on.
In this game, we're going to unscramble the letters to form the correct words. Here's a hint. All of the answers will be things we've seen or places we've been to today in our journey. Let's play! Question 1. Unscramble the letters to find what type of architecture it is. The answer is building. Question 2. Can you rearrange these letters to find a type of building people live in? The answer is house. Question 3. This is a big, round building in London, England. The answer is gherkin. Question 4. Rearrange these letters to find the name of the famous ancient city we visited. The answer is Petra. Question 5. This is a tricky one. What famous building in Spain has been under construction for over 140 years? Sagrada Familia.
Great job. That was so much fun. Time to hop on our flight to the Sunrise Treehouse for some arts and crafts. Are you ready? Let's go.
Hi everyone, my name is Danny and I'm so excited to be doing arts and crafts with you today. Today we traveled the world discovering amazing architecture. Today we're going to be making a pipe cleaner house in a construction paper city. I hope you have fun.
Here are the supplies you'll need.
Project 1, pipe cleaner house. Construction paper, 8 to 10 pipe cleaners, glue, scissors, markers, crayons, or colored pencils. Project 2, construction paper city. Construction paper, scissors, glue, and tape. So the first thing we need to make our pipe cleaner house is a piece of paper. So you can use any paper you want, any color you want, it does not matter. If you don't have construction paper, use a piece of printer paper. We're going to start off by cutting off a few inches to make our paper more of a square. So we're just going to cut off one long strip here. And we should have a piece of square construction paper. The next thing you're going to do here is fold. So you're going to fold it in half. So now you're gonna fold it in half the other way, but you're just gonna press a little bit just to mark where the center of your paper is, so right here, and let it unfold again. So now you can see a crease right in the middle. You're gonna take both sides of your paper and fold it right into the crease, and you can fold it all the way this time. Now it looks like this. So you're gonna take these folds and open them up a little bit. So now you're gonna unfold your paper and you're gonna take these two folded flaps. You're gonna open it up a little bit and push the top in so it makes sort of a triangle, just like this. Now you're gonna repeat it on the other side. So you open the paper and this top part's gonna start coming down. You just fold that right down exactly where it's going, and now you have two sides to your house. So you're gonna push down on these creases so it's nice and folded, and flip your paper over. Once you have your paper flipped, you're gonna fold these creases back the other way. So you're gonna fold the entire triangle out. So now you have the same thing on this side. And you're gonna do the same thing on the left. Just fold it out. Now we're gonna grab our tape and tape it right on to this bottom section of our triangle so it stays down and is connected to the other piece of the paper. We're gonna do that one more time on the other side. Just tape down that bottom part of your triangle. And we're gonna pick up our paper and fold out either side of our house. So it should stand up on its own and it should look just like this. And here are both sides of my house standing up. So at this point, before we add our pipe cleaner roof, now is a great time to draw on any windows or doors or anything you might want on your house. So I'm gonna take a black marker, and you can do this with whatever you have lying around, and I'm just gonna draw some doors on my house. If you want, you can add on windows. You can decorate your house however you like. If you have decorations on the outside of your house, feel free to draw those on too. I'm gonna do the same thing to the other side. I'm gonna draw a circle window here. And over here, I'm just gonna draw a nice garden on the side. So here's my finished sides of my house. So the reason we call this a pipe cleaner house is because it's gonna have a pipe cleaner roof. So we are going to take around 8 to 10 pipe cleaners, however many you think you'll need, and we're just gonna cut them all in half. Don't worry if they're not the exact same length. This is what's gonna make your house look super fun. And remember, if you need help, just ask an adult. Now that I have my pipe cleaners cut, I'm gonna take the first one and sort of bend it on a V. So you're gonna get the first pipe cleaner on your roof. And we're gonna put glue all along the inside of this. Not a lot, just enough so the pipe cleaner can stick. So we're also gonna put a line of glue on the top edge of our house just to make sure that all of these pipe cleaners are going to stick. So here's our first one. you're just gonna stick it on. Might need a little help staying for the first one. That's okay, it's gonna dry soon. And we're gonna glue the rest of our pipe cleaners on now. So I'm just gonna put a small line of glue right across the middle of my house and continue gluing. So now you want your glue to be on the side of the pipe cleaner. This way, it sticks to the pipe cleaner in front of it. Okay, here's our first one. And look at that, it's stuck. So we're just gonna keep going. Now we're gonna continue on gluing our pipe cleaners to the house. It can get a little tricky, but don't get frustrated, it's gonna come out looking great. Just keep pushing through. So I'm just gonna get the last few pipe cleaners on here. And don't worry about them sticking too much right now because they will stick once they dry. Looks a little wobbly, but it will come out great. Okay, last pipe cleaner. And here is our finished pipe cleaner house. So while I leave it to dry, I'm just gonna show you one I made earlier. So once all those pipe cleaners dry together, it's extremely sturdy. And here is your pipe cleaner house. The second craft we're gonna be doing is a construction paper city. Now this is really cool because you can make as many or as few buildings as you want, and you can use as many or as few colors as you want. So I have 3 different colors of construction paper. I actually have 4 because I'm gonna use my scraps from the project before. So you're gonna cut out pieces of paper of all different lengths and widths. So I'm gonna start, I have 2 strips right here already. I'm gonna put those to the side. Now I'm just gonna cut a few more. So I'm gonna take my blue construction paper and just cut all the way up the long ways. And for my pink, I'm gonna cut all the way up the short ways. My purple construction paper I'm gonna leave whole. So now it's time to start constructing our buildings. I want this building to be tall. I want it to be my skyscraper. So I'm gonna take the full piece of paper and roll it up the long ways. So you can roll your paper tighter or looser depending on how wide you want your building to be. I'm gonna leave mine just like this, so it's wide enough. I'm gonna take some tape and I'm going to tape all the way up the side of my building. If you don't have tape, you can use glue for this part. You're just gonna have to hold it for a little bit until it dries. And there is one of our buildings, our skyscraper. Next, I'm gonna take my blue paper. I think I'm gonna make it a little bit shorter so I have a medium-sized building. So I'm just gonna cut. So now I'm gonna take my blue paper to make my second building, my medium-sized building. And I'm gonna fold this, I'm gonna roll this the long way, make a thick tube for my building. And I'm just gonna tape the ends. So there's my medium-sized building. Last but not least, I'm gonna make a very small building. And I'm going to roll up my red paper now. Just make a little one and tape it right down the middle. And you can keep going and make as many different buildings as you want in all different sizes. Now that I'm done constructing my buildings, I'm going to take them all and decorate them. So what do you see on really tall buildings? Windows. Some of those windows are lit up because people are home or at work, and some of them are dark. So I'm going to take a piece of yellow construction paper and a piece of black construction paper and just cut out a bunch of windows to decorate my buildings with. You don't have to use black and yellow. Your windows can be any color you want. So I'm just gonna cut a few strips of all different widths Some small, some big, however you feel like you want them. Now that I have those cut out, I'm going to cut even smaller squares to create the window. They can be different sizes, they can be rectangles, they could even be circle if you want. They don't have to be perfect squares. So I'm just gonna make a bunch of different sizes. I'm not sure how many I'll need yet, so it's better to have more than less. And I'll make a few small ones too. So now I have all my squares cut out. I'm gonna decorate some of them. So maybe some of them will have window panes. You can draw whatever you want. Kind of look like little presents, don't they? Okay, now it's time to start decorating our buildings. So I'm just gonna take some glue, and you can use tape or whatever you have lying around for this. Just start gluing on some windows. So just a small dot of glue in the back. You don't want too much. And we're just gonna start adding them on. And just make sure to press down a little bit and keep going. And you can put as many or as little windows on your building as you want. One of the things I like to do to help this dry is to just turn it over. That way they can be laid down flat and it will help them dry on easier. So I'm gonna move on to the next while that one's drying. One of the reasons I love this project is because you can make as big of a city as you want, and you can even grab some action figures or dolls or whoever you have lying around to play in your city. So I'm gonna just turn that one over so he can dry. And move on to my last building. Whenever I'm driving through a city, I think it's really cool how you can look at a building and realize that there are so many different lives going on inside each building, each and every day. So now that my buildings are done, I'm gonna start adding them to the city that I started making earlier. So I have even more buildings to add on there. There. Maybe I'll even put one here. Wow, look at that amazing architecture. The beginning of my city has started, and I'm so excited to watch it grow. I hope you had a great time making this pipe cleaner house and this construction paper city with me. I'll see you next time. Bye.
Wow, we had so much fun crafting with you today. And now we're coming in for a landing at our final destination, our amazing trivia game, where you will have more fun with trivia questions about our adventure today. I'm gonna ask you 5 questions. Each question will have 4 answers, but only one is correct. Can you get the right answer? Let's play.
Welcome to trivia. Question 1. What is architecture? Is it A, the art of writing symphonies, B, the art of carving stone, C, the art of designing buildings, or D, the art of winning trivia games? The answer is C, the art of designing buildings. Question 2. The Paris Philharmonic includes lots of strange shapes to A, improve the sound and acoustics, B, confuse the musicians, C, inspire artists, or D, just for the fun of it? The answer is A, improve the sound and acoustics. Question 3. What wouldn't you find in ancient Petra? A, pools and gardens, B, traveling merchants, C, live theater, or D, dinosaurs? The answer is D, dinosaurs. Question 4. The Sagrada Familia was inspired by A, ancient Greeks, B, the natural world, C, an alien spaceship, or D, a sandcastle. The answer is B, the natural world. Did you get it right? Question 5. Ideas or plans for future buildings include A, a mega city in the desert, B, skyscrapers covered in trees, C, underwater spirals, or D, all of the above. The answer is D, all of the above. Thanks for playing trivia. Bye.
Thanks for watching this episode of Wheels Up. I had so much fun with you today on our adventure, crafting, and playing our games. Did you know that there are so many more Wheels Up adventures waiting for you to enjoy? Just head to our YouTube channel or download the Sunrise Studios app, available on your mobile phone, tablet, or smart TV. We can't wait to see you at our next flight with Wheels Up. Brought to you by Sunrise Association, Sunrise Studios, and American Airlines. See you next time. Bye!